Hello again from Sate Adventures. Let's go over an idea of how to combine four countries in South America onto one itinerary where we're not backtracking and we're seeing so many highlights. And all you need is your passport and one visa for Brazil. No vaccinations needed, no other visits to embassies to get any documentation. So it's quite an easy trip to arrange. And it's available pretty much all times of the year, but I will touch on climates as well so we can choose the perfect time for you to travel. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll go over it together simply because there's so many details. So this trip will combine Peru, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. Of course, this is your trip. It's a private trip. We can choose any dates. We can choose any destinations. So within those four countries, we can make changes, or we can, of course, add Ecuador. We can, of course, add Bolivia and the salt flats and crossing there. And, within the itinerary itself, there are so many other places we can consider, like the Amazon jungle or Easter Island. So as I go through this trip, I'm here to help you figure out what works for you based on your budgets, your dates, and your interests. So this trip is priced for 2026 for four people. If you have other dates, we can certainly touch on that as well. First, let's look at a map because I think it's really important for you to see how the trip works so that you have a visual of where you will be throughout the trip and also that there is absolutely no backtracking. So we're going to start in Peru, which is up here. We're going to touch on Lima, which is on the coast, then go to the Cuzco area, which is Cusco, Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu. And then from there, we're going to fly to Chile. Chile is a long country spanning, half of South America, and Santiago is right smack in the middle. This is wine country, this is the coast. And so we're going to spend 2 nights here just enjoying the wine, the city itself. It's a very metropolitan city before we focus on our main point of visiting Chile, which is Patagonia, which is Torres del Paine, the most famous park in Chile or in Patagonia altogether. Patagonia is a vast region of glaciers, estancias, mountains, lakes that spans between Chile and Argentina. So we will spend quite a few nights here. First on the Chilean side, which is very rugged, very remote. Then we'll cross the border into the Argentinian Patagonia, which is glaciers, boat rides, a little city. So you have the best of both worlds by seeing both. And then we fly up to Buenos Aires. Now we're in Tango country. Now we're in this gorgeous city, the Paris of South America. Before we fly to Iguazu Falls, which is the natural border between Argentina and Brazil. Beautiful waterfalls, beautiful adventures, tropical birds, indigenous communities. And then we take a short flight to Rio de Janeiro, beaches, coastline, beautiful carnival culture, ending with Paraty, which is just a 3-hour drive down the coast, which is a gorgeous little town of island hopping, beaches, jungles, and again, a lot of indigenous culture experiences there as well. So all this can be done within 4 weeks, and you will see quite a lot. This is, although you are moving around quite a lot, there is still plenty of time to rest, to enjoy, to people watch, to really get a good sense of each place. So let's dive into the itinerary itself. We're going to start in Peru, and I chose April simply because April is the start of the beautiful dry season in Peru, so it's perfect for the outdoors. It is also the end season in Patagonia, so it's still warm, that everything is still operating. So you want to balance between those two. You want to be comfortable in the Andes where it's not raining, and you want to be really comfortable in Patagonia where it's not freezing yet. So that is why I chose April. And then when we get to the warm places like Rio de Janeiro, this is the end of summer. It's gorgeous. You can spend some time on the beaches and be comfortable. So April 15th or day one, we can change these days, of course. This is just a sample. We take our international flight to Lima, Peru. We stay on the coast. We have a beautiful hotel in Miraflores. We spend day 2 exploring Lima, which is all about food and all about beautiful Old Town and the main square, and then of course the Lovers Park, which you could be seeing here in this picture. And Lima is known for top restaurants, so we can make some really nice reservations, but we eat our way through Lima on our city tour anyway. Then we take a 1 hour flight to Cusco, and here is our first high altitude. So we're going to acclimate in the Sacred Valley for 2 nights. And Sacred Valley is a countryside between Machu Picchu and Cusco. So it's a beautiful place for Inca ruins, indigenous communities, beautiful colors, the outdoors. You can do some hiking, staying in a beautiful lodge where you wake up and you definitely know that you're in Peru. And after 2 days there, we take a 2 hour train to Machu Picchu. So that will be on day 5, or sorry, day 4, train to Machu Picchu, where you're going to see the ruins for the first time. So it's on day 5, you see the ruins for the first time, you take a circuit. The ruins are split up into 6 different circuits. It's literally different routes that you can take. So on one day, we're going to do one circuit, which gives you beautiful views. And then on the next morning, when everybody leaves on that night train, we're actually going to spend the night in Machu Picchu and rise in the morning, go for sunrise, and do another circuit. And that will allow us to do some hiking if you'd like, maybe climb Huayna Picchu, maybe go to Uchu Picchu. So there's many opportunities, and we can discuss these in detail. After our second visit to Machu Picchu, we take a 3 hour train right back to Cusco. Now we're fully acclimated. Now we can enjoy some city life, and we're going to spend 2 nights here at a beautiful old building that was a mansion that's remade into a hotel. Great historical place, lovely location as well. And then you get to see the city, which is just absolutely stunning. It's great for people watching. The main square is beautiful. So if you have extra time, I would add a night here for sure. After Cusco, we say goodbye to Peru and we fly to Chile. So we're going to take a flight from Cusco to Santiago. Sometimes there is a nonstop flight. Sometimes it stops in Lima. Either way, we get to Santiago the same day and spend 2 nights there. So you can be in a beautiful boutique hotel. You can see the city. It's very metropolitan, very European, and it has access to amazing wine and food. So we have some afternoons spent in the vineyards as well. Of course, we can tweak this. If you're not into wine, we can go to the coast. If you love history, poetry, museums, we have all of that here as well. On day 10, we fly south to Patagonia. So there are 2 airports here, Punta Arenas and Puerto Natales. Either one works. And Patagonia Camp, which is where we will be staying, will pick us up, and we will stay there for 3 nights. This is an aerial shot of Patagonia Camp. What makes it special is that these are luxury yurts. And here's a little close-up of it, a luxury yurt that includes everything. You have your beautiful accommodations, private jacuzzi, all your meals are included, all your beautiful drinks and wine are included, and all of your excursions included. So once you're in Patagonia for 3 nights, you chat with your guide and you decide what you want to do every day. Do you want to hike? Do you want to kayak? Do you want to ride horses? Do you want to go on a 4x4? All of it is included. You pick and choose your excursions. You can choose 2 half days or 1 full day, and they take care of it for you. So you have a list every day of what's available. I listed a bunch of them here, so you kind of get a good sense of what you'll be able to enjoy in Torres del Paine, which is the most famous park in Patagonia. And after 3 nights there, we will cross the border into Argentina. So welcome to Argentina, our 3rd country. And we will arrive in Calafate. So Calafate is also in Patagonia, but it is home to Perito Moreno Glacier. It is the largest, most famous glacier because it's growing as opposed to shrinking. So when we arrive after a 5-hour drive to Calafate, we will do a 4x4 introduction to Calafate, a really fun excursion. It's a small group that goes out in these jeeps into the caves, into the balcony, and inside the caves, we will have dinner. So it's a really fun excursion. And then we stay in town. It's a beautiful 4-star boutique hotel, has a lot of colors, and really the warmth of Patagonia is brought inside with sheepskin and just all the wood. And we will spend 2 nights here. And that way, on that first day, we do our dinner inside a cave. And on our second day, we dedicate it to Perito Moreno. We go by boat and on foot. And on foot, it will look like here on catwalks. If you are more adventurous, we can arrange an ice walking. It's called mini trekking right on the glacier itself. You put crampons on your shoes. But again, these are details that we can discuss once we narrow down which places we want to go and which dates work and sort of that idea. And after Patagonia, we fly north to Buenos Aires from Calafate and spend 2 nights there. That will allow us to get a taste of the tango culture, the history, the beautiful city that is Buenos Aires. So when you arrive, we do a little split tour, see the north side of the city, go have a beautiful lunch, maybe in a bodegon, which is a local restaurant that used to be a home that was transformed into a restaurant. Stay at the gorgeous Faena, which is a famous hotel here, very, very chic and very known in Buenos Aires because it is home to the best tango show. So that next day, when we do our other half of the city, the tango part of the city, we end with a dinner show at your hotel, which is just a really cherry on top because it is such a nice experience. Most tango halls hold 500 people, and Rojo Tango holds no more than 90. So it's a very intimate experience. And then we fly to the tropics. We fly to Iguazu Falls. It's less than a 2 hour flight. So none of these flights are extremely long. And once you get to Iguazu Falls, we'll have an afternoon free. You can enjoy the pool, the jungle. This is a really rich area. It's kind of the beginning of the jungles of the Amazon start here. So you will see indigenous people here. You will see tropical birds and butterflies in the trees. But the reason we're coming here is for Iguazu Falls. So on day 18, we're going to dedicate the whole day to the Argentinian side of the falls. The falls are naturally split by the two countries. And so we're going to ride the boat under the falls. We're going to do the catwalks. We're going to do some really fun tours where you get deep into the park. And at night, you're going to go to Aldea, which is a great little jungle restaurant that offers a typical meal from the jungle, but also you get to meet some of the Guarani people that operate here. And on day 19th, we will enter our fourth country, which is Brazil. This is the place where you're going to need that visa, and I will send you all that information beforehand. You get the visa online, you get it way ahead of travel, so everything's ready to go. So you show that visa here at the border, we drive across and arrive on the Brazilian side of Iguazu, tour the Brazilian side, and then take a short flight to Rio de Janeiro. This is our last part of the trip. We're in Brazil now, and Rio de Janeiro is a very special city. It is on the ocean. It has Copacabana, so it has that beach flavor, but it is also home to Carnival. So there's a lot of party atmosphere and there's a lot of colors and flavors. It's a melting pot of Brazil. And so you will stay in Copacabana, beautiful views, rooftop pool, beautiful weather, so you can really enjoy. And we split the tours here as well. So you arrive, you enjoy, then you do a little tour of Sugarloaf, then you do a little tour of Corcovado, which is Christ the Redeemer. You have plenty of free time to enjoy the beaches as well, because we're kind of slowing down. We've been moving around a lot. So I want you to have some time to enjoy the city, the hotels, the beaches before we drive to Paraty. And Paraty, or Paraty, the way they pronounce it in Brazil, is a historic little town 3 hours away from Rio. It is gorgeous, cobblestone. And what makes it special is that it has a lot of culture inside the town itself. It is home to the largest book festival in South America out of all things. So there's lots of artists, there's lots of writers, there's lots of live music, but it is also surrounded by jungles and islands. So while we're here for 3 nights, the first day we're going to introduce you to Paraty. The second day we're going to have a private boat, take you island hopping, snorkeling, swimming, go have a beautiful lunch on the beach. And then the third day, our final full day, is up to you, but we can go into the jungle to see the Guarani people, to meet them where they live, kind of get a glimpse of life in the jungle. If not, then we can go hiking, we can go to waterfalls, or we can leave a day free for the beach before day 25, when we take you back to the Rio de Janeiro airport and fly you home. So as you see, lots and lots and lots is included on this itinerary, but of course it can be altered in any way. We can make it longer, shorter, we can add other places. I have been to South America myself 50 times, so I know these areas quite well. We specialize here in combination travel because we want you to be able to visit more than one place. There's so many gems in South America. So any questions you have, I'm happy to help. Thanks so much for listening and happy travels.